This is one of my favorite 1.5-story floor plans in Kansas City right now. And for the price and for the amount of boxes it checks, this is quite impressive. This is the Barolo II by SAB Homes, one of the best home builders in Kansas City. This is 5 beds, 5.5 baths, 3,390 square feet, third of an acre lot. It's got over $100,000 worth of upgrades. And it's just beautiful throughout. So elevation, you got the modern farmhouse, black windows on this one, not an inexpensive upgrade, but makes the elevation look so good. Trim work on the garage doors. I know a lot of people are looking for a front porch, and we've got you covered quite literally with this one. If you come up this way, Jordan, you really see quite a bit of space to your left. Stone columns, the beams look really good. Just the perfect sitting area here. Now, before we do go inside, thank you to SAB for letting us show. Thank you to the on-site agents, Rochelle and Rob, for letting us tour the property. And by the way, if we haven't met yet, my name's Nick. Jordan's behind the camera. I'll put a shot of him on the screen. We help people buy and build new homes in Kansas City. This is one of my personal favorite. And as we tour the house, I'm going to give you 3 things that I think this floor plan does really, really well. At the end, we'll break down the price, and I'll also talk about one thing I might change if I was to build this myself. All right, Jordan, come on in. Let's take a look at we'll give them a sneak peek at the main floor, and then we'll turn around and get the entry. Beautiful beams, tall ceilings. This is packed with a ton of value. And we'll get to all of that in just a second. But I do want to start with this entry. It's very nice because you do have the formal entry. They've tiled the floor. A little bit more labor in this one because you've got the kind of chessboard design here. You do have a single front door. It's 8 feet tall. Side lights, transom window, and of course, this is the kind of modern farmhouse elevation. So you've got the mutton bars in the middle. Gives it a lot of character. And of course, 2-story ceilings up here. And then if we back up just a little bit, every entry needs a coat closet, and we've got that right here. Now, the tiled entry is really nice, right? Winter, you've got snow on your feet, stuff like that. This protects the floors pretty well. It's also a nice accent. We come in this way. We've got the office and bedroom number 1. It's currently staged as an office. I think most people would use it that way. Jordan, what do you think of the color here?
So I really like the color, super moody. It's kind of hard to tell with this video, but it's kind of a greenish blue.
And we'll see that in the kitchen. You saw it during the intro, but this is what we've seen happen with a lot of offices. They go the moody colors. It's different. You walk in, kind of interrupts what you're expecting. But one of the things I like, you've got kind of the French door setup. Personally, I want the office to not be visible from the main floor, so I like that there's no window or glass in this. You can stay focused on all your work. You do have a single hung window in the front. And one thing that I should point out that I love, you've got the herringbone floor. So costs extra, there's more labor involved in laying it out in this pattern. I think it looks great, and this is a model, so they've got to go all out. And Jordan, if you come over to the corner here, we do have the closet. They carried that moody color in there as well. Not a walk-in, but again, this is a 5-bedroom house. It's likely that this could be used as an office, so plenty of space there. Now, last part is we've got the full bath right inside. This would not be the guest bath. You've got a separate one for that, which just one of the nice parts of this plan. All right, so coming this way, there is a ton in this house. We're actually going to stop right there just to show you that there's a lot to take in here, right, Jordan?
I mean, you've got the vaulted ceiling with the beams going across versus down the middle at the top. That's one thing that I really like.
Yeah, and there's one very important reason why they are going horizontal instead of vertical. But one thing I really like about SAB, the builder, they've got a couple plans that kind of feel like this on the main floor. This happens to be the 1.5-story. But if you're not looking for an upstairs, you'd rather have it downstairs, ranch reverse, They have two plans. I'll put footage on the screen. There's the Mira, which they can build as a 2-car villa. They can build it as a single family home with a 3-car garage. They've also got a brand new plan that one of my clients is building right now called the Santa Barbara. So in both of those plans, you'll see the tall ceilings, you'll see the beam work, assuming you upgrade to the beams, which I think is a must. But as we swing around in this way, you've got this beautiful kitchen, the moody color on the cabinets. I like that it's like fully loaded, right? So you've got the upgraded sink, you got the air switch here, faucet looks great, you've got the pot filler back here, and of course, Jordan, I know you like the
I like how the cabinets enclose around that cooktop. I think that's super cool. Looks extremely classy. It does limit your space a little bit around the stove, but I still think it's really functional.
Yeah, I think it's worth it with all the cabinet space. And luckily, when it comes to countertop space, I do want to mention you got the stacked microwave oven, but countertop space, you've got the island, which is a great size. You've got this perimeter on your left. And then one thing, if we swing this way, Jordan, is you've got, I don't know what to call it, not a breakfast bar, but certainly quite a bit of
Yeah,
countertop
kind of like
space.
just a built-in buffet.
Really, yeah. And I like the glass doors there. I think that looks great. And the light fixtures, how about those up top?
Very cool.
Quite a bit of character there. Now, the other thing I like, they tiled all the way up to the ceiling. It's always kind of odd when you walk in a house and they stop at cabinet level and there's just dead space up there. So that looks great. If we come back this way, you do have automatic lights in the pantry. Now, this isn't the standard pantry you'd see with just white shelves, that kind of stuff. You've got the built-in, you've got the countertop back there. And then one other thing I want to point out, it might be kind of tough, Jordan, is you've got shelving back here and then
behind the door
as well. So that's what we've got for the kitchen. I think they did a great job. Their designer, I believe, was a big part of designing this plan. It is the Barolo II. They've got a Barolo I. They've only built about 3 of these. I think this was the first. So family room, beautiful stone floor to ceiling. That's one of my favorite materials for a fireplace like this. The built-in's very similar to that kind of breakfast bar area.
I love how they're recessed as well.
That's
right into the wall.
That's important because you don't have dead space on the top like a lot of built-ins kind of suffer from. Now, if we get a shot of the light fixture, what they did really well here, you have the gold accents on it. Light fixtures, sometimes they're hit or miss. They did a great job with this because it's white, it blends in, it doesn't stick out, but it provides a lot of light. You've got the windows bringing in a ton of light. And they did this one right. The deck is not right behind that wall of windows, so you're getting a full coverage of the backyard. But coming around this way, pretty good area for a dining table, right?
I think it's perfect size. I mean, that one right there can seat 8.
Absolutely.
It didn't have the waterfall sides to it.
And I like that it's not necessarily what you see every day, right? Most of the time, a lot of these homes that we tour, we typically see the dining area right alongside the kitchen. You've got the separation here. Ceilings are a little bit lower, which is nice. And then you've got these 3 casement windows up top. This is the perfect area if you're to build this house. You could easily do a breakfast bar there as well. They bumped it out, they recessed it. I see them do that in a lot of different plans. But let's take a look at the patio. This one is oversized.
Well, first, that door is oversized.
The door is oversized, isn't it? Let's see. Okay. Oh, I've locked this. I locked it thinking I was unlocking it. All right, Jordan.
All right. It's a beautiful morning, man. It's kind of chilly this morning.
It's starting to get a little colder these days. So this is about a 1/3 acre lot. You've got a great size patio here. Of course, you do have the covered deck. They did the white slider inside, black slider on the outside. And then they upgraded here for the Fortress rail. One thing I want to point out, you'll see it, we'll go down to the basement here closer to the end. You've got huge, huge window well. So basements, when they're underground, typically going to feel a little dark. This creates a lot more light down there. You've got the extra windows. I think they did a great job. And one other thing, a lot of builders will give you kind of a treated lumber step. They've actually taken the composite decking right here. I think it has a great look to it.
And it'll last forever.
And you don't have to maintain it. Now, I promised in the introduction of the video that we would discuss the 3 things that this floor plan does really, really well. We've covered part of the first one. It's the 2-story ceilings. I also mentioned there is a loft upstairs. That's very rare to have. So when you have these 2-story ceilings, usually it takes away from some of the space upstairs. This plan, having 5 bedrooms, is extremely impressive. The second thing this plan does really well is actually the staircase.
Yeah, so opposite side of the entry. So as soon as you walk in, you're not staring right at stairs, right?
That's right. There are a lot of homes where you walk right in through that front door and the staircase is staring right at you. This is tucked behind the house. I think it makes the upstairs feel a lot more private. And what it also allows for is you have a huge mud hall area. I love the hall tree here. Beautiful setup. It's much better than some of the ones that we've seen that are kind of about this big. They've actually not just doubled it, but almost tripled the size. Cubbies up, cubbies down in the middle. Great job there. And then of course, I did say that office bath, that's not the main bathroom for this floor. It's actually the powder room right here, which it is, the lights are on.
Now that's more of a black color there, Nick.
It is. It is. But you got to go bold in the powder
So you've got
room.
your garage door. That's another coat closet there?
Got another coat closet.
All right. Plenty of closet space. Can't have enough.
And one thing that SAB does, I like it, a lot of builders do it, is you actually have enamel paint in the closet. So if you put stuff up against the wall, it's not going to leave marks. The enamel paint is an oil-based, very similar to what you see on cabinets. So just very durable. Now, there is one other part of the main floor that we're going to get to. It's the master, but aside from the master, we've got the laundry room to your left. So Jordan, let's get a shot of that.
All right. So you've got your tile floor, sink with a little bit of counter space, some hangers.
It is a good size. It's a good size. And in the beginning, we discussed there's one thing that I might think about changing if I was to build it. Come back to the laundry room at the end. Let's head this way. And a little about SAB as a builder. They're one of the largest builders in Kansas City. I think they do a great job. The price of this house, I think, is good for this community. And on top of that, everything they do is custom. So my client who's building with them right now, when you go to design the house, they've got the full design center in their office, which, Jordan, most builders, we know, a lot of builders, you're going to like 5 different vendors all across Kansas City. They keep it right in one place. They customize virtually anything. And I think they do a great job with their design. So, master bedroom.
So they carried the engineered hardwoods into the bedroom, Nick. That's nice.
That's not a cheat. We typically see the carpets in here. You've got 2 windows in the back, nice little sitting area in the corner. You've got the box vaulted ceiling. And then, Jordan, I know we're a big fan of the kind of the accent walls here. You got kind of a light gray trim work on this. Why it looks very traditional, goes with the modern farmhouse style.
Trimmed out really nice. Got the crown molding.
That's right.
Swing around to this side.
So 2 French doors, these actually close with a magnet on the top, so you don't have to deal with the rollers, you don't have to deal with marks on the trim work there. And one other thing that we're seeing quite a bit these days is the wet room. I think we could park a car in there given the size of it, but you've got a ton of glass. They've tiled everything floor to ceiling. You got the window up top, but you don't have to frost it because it's still very private. The floating tub is an upgrade. So a lot of builders, the standard feature would be a built-in tub. They've spent some money, they've upgraded it. You've got the gold faucet on there. And of course, you've got 2 shower heads, one with the wand, a ledge, a little niche area. And I think it looks just great. Now, turning around just a little bit, we've got the dual vanity. I like the mirrors carried all the way across the vanity instead of separate mirrors, light fixtures up top. And coming this way, we've got the throne, 2 floating shelves, which looks great. And then we've got the huge closet. Got your pull down racks up here. Again, enamel paint, so you're not leaving marks if something rubs up against the walls.
It's a big closet, Nick.
It is a big closet. Of course, you also have built-in mirror right here. Now, lights in here are automatic, so that's why they were off. You saw me kind of walk in here, they turned on. But we showed you the laundry room first. You'll notice it's not connected to the master. Again, we'll come back to that here at the end of the video. All right, taking a look outside. So we're back to the staircase area. I do like that you've got the landing up here. It does take up a little bit more space, but gives you the window.
Big old picture window.
They upgraded the hardwoods. And of course, we've got the high tread carpet going up the steps.
Now, what's your take on this loft, Nick?
The loft, I love it. I think it looks really cozy. And I know it's one of your favorite parts. So
Yeah, so you've got the boxed in vault ceiling with beams going across, really adds some dimension and space to the room.
And I like that they did the moody color up top as well. So the beams really stand out there.
Match the wall. So what I like about this room, the placement in the floor plan, like you said earlier, having the stairs on this side of the house, it's extremely private. So you got the kids up here, they're watching their own show, and then you guys are in the living room doing your thing or cooking or whatever.
And there's, I know we showed like a Madison 2, the Don Julian, it had the Juliet balcony, and you could close that off, but it's nice. This feels nice, cozy, private. They've staged it really well. And I love the 2 casement windows in the corner there. Yeah, it's a great look. So it's not just the loft up here. You've got 3 other bedrooms. You had 2 down, 3 up, and the third part of this plan that I think they did really well.
The catwalk. Right?
Yes, the catwalk, but every single bedroom has a private bathroom.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. So bedroom number 1.
Yeah, so bedroom 1, you got the high tread carpet, which is a must in one of these homes. Excellent value. 2 windows, right? And then, now this one's got a shower. Big walk-in closet, Nick. You've got the sliding glass shower door. Got your little picture windows there. Let in plenty of light and privacy, right?
That's right. And they tiled all the way up on the shower. You've got the closet in the bathroom, which means in this bedroom, you've only got 2 doors, right? Instead of that third for the closet that would otherwise be in here.
Really allows for best use of furniture space, right?
Pick your wall, right?
Yeah. So you've got your closet here with shelves in the hallway for all those board games and everything. I'm telling you.
That's right. How's is it Settlers and Catan that you're playing?
Catan. I'm not exactly sure how to say it, but we finished. It took us a few days. So bedroom number 2. So this is really cool. You've got the closet right here in the front, and then really have some dimension.
I love that.
Yeah.
Reading
so you have this little nook. My daughter, she would love this room. She put her beanbag. My boy too. They both love to read. They can put their beanbags here, pillows, all their books on these shelves. Really cool.
Now I do like the layout because in the entry of the bedroom, they've created the closet right here. So that doorway situation we talked about in the previous one, not an issue here either.
Right. And then you also have the vaulted ceiling with ceiling fan, which is a really nice touch.
Tall ceilings for a second floor.
Yeah, just adds that much more space, right?
That's right.
So you've got the brick laid tile shower with the gold fixtures in here. Really nice pattern on that tile. And then, what is that, quartz countertop?
The quartz countertop. I think this is the same that we saw in the kitchen. I could be wrong. But again, tile all the way up to the ceiling.
And then you have your rounded corners in the drywall. What's the proper name for that?
Bullnose corners.
Bullnose corners.
Now here we've got the catwalk. So I always like to show the view, you just get a different perspective on the house.
Really just
Again,
take
yeah,
it all in. Just soak it in, everybody.
just looks great. So I also like that this is pretty private, right? You can still see out, but it's kind of closed off enough to where, again, upper level, very private.
So then you have another laundry room up here for all the bedrooms. And we were going to touch on that
yeah, we're
later,
gonna get to
right?
that here at the end of the video, but these plans with a lot of bedrooms, so you don't want to haul laundry up or down. It's nice that you've got that.
So you've got a little furnace area up here for the second floor. Nice link system.
We should show. We've got the entry here as well.
Now this has a built-in whole house humidifier as well.
It does, yeah. So both
Yeah.
the units, there's one in the basement.
That's one thing, being up here in Kansas City, gets really cold in the winter times, gets super dry. Having the whole house humidifier, you know, keeps your trim, keeps paint, everything from drying out, cracking, things like that.
Which is very important because that warranty, it lasts 1 year. And as long as that humidifier is running, and as long as you're operating it correctly, all the materials in the house are going to expand and shrink as the weather
Right.
changes. That helps mitigate all of it.
So this is bedroom 3. You got the high tread carpet, really good sized walk-in closet, really good sized room, accent wall, kind of the board and batten, crown molding. Another, what would you call this? A hip vault ceiling?
it's,
You know?
it's definitely vaulted. What I like about it, it kind of feels like a second master.
Yeah,
It
it,
has a
it,
very
it
similar
really
feel
does.
to
I
it.
mean, it could be.
Yeah. I mean, I like the accent wall. I like the tall ceilings. You've got the closet right here, which automatic lights, I believe. Nope, I'm wrong. Manual light, but and then you've got very big right now is the pattern tile. I think they did it pretty well. You've got the kind of gray quartz countertops there, a nice looking mirror,
Little picture windows, bring it to light.
and then subway tile on the shower.
So one thing I like about this room, Nick, I mean, if you wanted to, you could put a small bed in between those windows. But since the windows are on the, what would this be, the south side of the house, and this wall's big enough, room is big enough, you put the bed on the opposite side. So you're not between the windows, your bed's rubbing on the shades or anything like that.
That's right.
I like that.
You got to do it that way too with the accent wall.
And you wake up to the sun.
That's right.
Looking
Exactly.
at you.
Exactly. Now, you've seen the main floor, you've seen upstairs. We're going to show you the basement. This is 5 bedrooms. You have the potential for 6 and almost 4,000 square feet. So before we do, just a reminder, at the end, we'll go over pricing. I think this is quite a value once you see the price compared to others in this community. I think it's quite impressive. And then we'll also discuss maybe the one change I'd be thinking about if I was going to build this plan. Now, before we do show you the basement, a big thank you to SAB for letting us showcase this home. It is already sold, but it can be built in several places around Kansas City. Big thank you to the on-site agents here at Century Farms, Rochelle and Rob. Thank you for letting us tour. Their info will be down in the description. Any questions about building or buying a new home in Kansas City, we'd absolutely love to help. Our goal is to save you a whole lot of time and a whole lot of money. And if you reach out and allow us to give you some of the best options out here, really put together some competitive pricing for you. So with that said, let's take a look downstairs.
All right, Nick, what do we got down here?
Well, actually, we got a lot of square footage that you could build out, but I'm going to put the floor plan on the screen right now. I haven't looked at it in a while, but I'm going to go based off of memory. So 3, 2, 1. All right, so in the space, here's what it looks like. Believe this is your wet bar area. Very important for a lower level like this. They've done you the favor here. They've already plumbed in for it, which is nice. So you don't have to go cutting out concrete, anything like this. You do have a half bath area right here. So separate bathroom down here for all your guests compared to the 2 bedrooms we'll show you in a second. All of this, you've got the utilities, unfinished storage. And then if we come this way, you do have more unfinished storage over here. So that's one of the nice things of these 1.5 stories. The master on the main floor, that foundation has to be quite a bit bigger. You probably have around 900 to 1,100 square feet you can finish down here. So here's what it looks like. You got a full bedroom right here. Closet would be to your left. You've got a true Jack and Jill in the middle. So that's what this setup is right here. It's plumbed in for you. And then you've got bedroom number 7.
7.
Oh my goodness. Bedroom number 7 right here. Window well for both of them. They did the concrete window well. And so the insert, very, very nice. And then of course, right over here, I think we pointed this out on the deck, 3 big windows. Not something that we typically see
Yeah,
in
so
the
this is where
basement.
they put that big window well outside next to the porch. Now those don't open, do they, Nick?
No, casement windows, they're not going to open. I don't think you'd want them to open. There's not going to be much airflow because the concrete. But what's nice about this plan is that you can really grow into. You're getting a lot of bedrooms, a lot of bathrooms for this size and price point. On top of that, you can do whatever you like to down here. Rec room for the Chiefs games. You have quite the setup.
And what do we love about these new homes and the basements? What's your favorite thing? I'll tell you what mine is.
About the basements,
Yeah, in the newer homes.
that's a good question. I like in a house like this, presumably you've got some children, maybe you've got extended family or relatives that stay with you. You have the option to expand down here, but I love having the lower level rec room, perfect entertainment space.
So I just love the height.
Yeah, that's
So
another
a
one.
lot of the older homes, they have those 8-foot ceilings,
Huh.
8-foot walls, right? So once you go around the beams and the HVAC with all your drywall, it kind of feels cramped. It feels a little short. But these new ones, I mean, most of them, they're doing what, 9 foot, right?
9 foot ceiling. That's a brilliant point. My ceilings, my house was built in the 50s. We've renovated it, but the ceilings are very, I could never finish that down there. It would never be worth it. A house like this, perfect. It's already accounted for. Now, 2 more parts of the video. We're going to talk about one small change I might think about making, as well as the price. So when it comes to pricing, Blue Valley School District, Century Farms, Premier Community, got a couple clients looking to buy or build in this community. The homes are flying off the shelves right now. It's crazy, but because the Blue Valley School District is so high in demand, because everybody wants to be in this area, the prices for new homes have really increased over the last couple of years. And what you'll find is that the median price in the Blue Valley School District right now, Jordan, do you know what it is?
I think 950,
It's
right?
about 950, and that could change. It could go up or down. I think it might go down because of one community we're going to feature here very, very shortly. $950,000 median price in Overland Park. The homes on either side of this one, they're both around 1.3, a little bit over 1.3. So if that gives you context, 5 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms, great main floor, over $100,000 worth of upgrades. This one comes in at $938,935, which based on the value you're getting here, Blue Valley School District, it's very hard to beat that price. But the last thing that I want to show you, Jordan, we were kind of going back and forth about this, is the laundry room. So in the master, the laundry room's on the other side. It's next to the stairwell that we showed you. You don't have the laundry room in the closet, but I want you to let us know down in the comments what you think of this. Would you move the laundry room, maybe bump out this wall a little bit? Keep in mind, SAB, excellent when it comes to customizing. I'm not certain if they could do it. I'm sure they can. But if you were to bump out this wall, create a little bit of space in the closet for that washer and dryer, you wouldn't have to go all the way across the main floor, which let's take a look at the laundry room one more time.
If you decided that you wanted to alter this plan and move this laundry room over to the master walk-in closet, I mean, what would you do with this space at that point?
It's a great question. You don't want to waste the space, right? Let me know in the comments. Do you have any ideas for what you could do in this space if you did move the laundry room to the closet? I've got one, and I've seen it in quite a few plans. You've already got the office off the entry, but if you did use that as a bedroom, or if you wanted a separate workstation, I do a built-in desk, a little utility room right there. You don't necessarily have to have the washer dryer, but you could have a nice built-in desk, which is, I think, adds a lot of value.
Yep, kind of a separate little office space, or even for the kids, they could go back there. That could be their
Yeah, a
workstation.
little study room, I think, would be very fitting for a house this big with this size. But that's just me. Let me know what you think in the comments. Would you make that change? I think this floor plan checks a ton of boxes. Thank you again to SAB, the on-site agents, Rochelle and Rob. If you have any questions about buying or building a new home here in the Kansas City suburbs, we'd absolutely love to help you. We tour some of the best floor plans, the best communities. If you reach out, we can give you a very clear idea of which ones would make sense, which ones that might waste some time, and of course, how to select the right builder and save some money in the process. Now, that's all for this one. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. There are 2 videos on the screen. You can click right here. This is another property tour in Century Farms. It's actually the one right next door. Beautiful main floor. And then you can click right here for a playlist full of our property tours, new home community videos. So click either here or here, and we'll see you on the other side.